Hi, hello. I'm Angie of Angie Designs. I am new to the YouTubes as far as putting myself on the YouTube. Um, I recently went live with some fantastic makers on Jody and Pat Doodle's Makers Show. And if you watched it, you know that I had some lighting troubles. The power went out. But everyone was so amazing. Everything was awesome, even with those hiccups. And I wanted to, one, thank everyone who came to that show, everyone who purchased from that show, and a massive thank you to both Jody and Pat Doodles for giving me that platform. Um, I also wanted to take this opportunity to show you a few of the things that were hard to see due to the light and the nature of the live sale camera situation. So just stick with me for a few minutes and I'll give you some close ups of some of my more detailed and smaller things that don't come across so well in the live camera situation. So stay tuned. So, first off, we have my portal pendants. These are vintage lockets that I attached to a piece of chain with coordinating beads. And then inside, I've taken a piece of clay, embossed a design on it, and then painted. So here we have a lighthouse. Then I choose a word from a newspaper or a magazine that I feel best accompanies that scene. This one would be happiness because if you're at the beach looking at the ocean with the lighthouse, you might be happy. So there's that one. Next, my favorites, and they all come on this waxed cotton cord. So this one has an old chandelier earring, and then inside of it says dream. And then you've got a black kitty sitting in a window with stars behind. It says dream. And these can be repeated to a point. But given that they're hand painted, they will largely be one of a kind. This is one of my favorites. So we've got stars. I say that looks pretty Jupiter-like. And then inside it says wonder. And then we've got a rocket ship with a planet and some stars. Some other designs I have are a castle that looks rather like a school of witchcraft, if you know which one I'm talking about. I also have a UFO and a flamingo, but these are the ones I have currently. So more will be coming out. If you have a specific design request, of course, I always try my best, but this one says unique. And all the beads come from either old jewelry or beads I've been gifted over the years. This one has a dragon. The shine is hard, but of course it's got stars and a moon behind it, but there's those. And so that's my portal pendants. So hopefully those of you who were there on Thursday have a better idea now of what those look like. Coming up next are my creatures in cages. So first up is my most popular creature cage, and that would be the wee baby Mothman. He sits, this one is in a bed of moss, but sometimes he's on newspaper because, most flying creatures. When you put them in a cage, you line it with newspaper. But his red eyes match the eyes on his wings as well. He's hand sculpted and painted. He's got abs. He's built. At the festive season, I also do a festive Mothman ornament. And here he is. It's the same Mothman, only he's in snow. And he's got a wee baby wreath decorated for the occasion. He's got some snowflakes and a tiny snowman. So that's the first of my cryptid cages. I also do the West Virginia Flatwoods Monster and Grafton Monster, as well as Nessie. And I'm still working on my Bigfoot, but someday soon. So moving on, there are some other cages I do that are ones I sculpt all the time. And that would be owls and sloths. And those are the ones that I pretty much sculpt all the time. These ones coming up are largely one of a kind. I can attempt to recreate them, but it may not happen. So here's a wee tiny elephant. I have another elephant ready to paint, but he's about twice the size of this guy. This guy is super tiny. I don't know that I can ever make one this tiny again, but there he is. And I didn't mention before, but these cages can be worn as a necklace. They can be an ornament. But the most popular version would be to use these as plant decor. So I send a little tiny shepherd's hook with it. You stick it in the edge of your potted plant, and then you've got a little whimsical accessory for your favorite houseplant. They also make good rear view mirror decor. So there is the elephant. Just sit him right there. I also have, when I'm sculpting things in different colors, sometimes I mix it all together and see what happens. And so that's where this guy came from. So we've got a little, almost tabby going on. Little ginger kitty with some speckles. So he's either a very calm tiger or a curious house cat. So there's that guy. And then we have, pardon the noise, I should have opened these first, but you know, spur of the moment. Here's a wee baby sea otter. He's in some found stones, and he's holding a tiny, tiny conch shell that I don't know if it will focus on. There's that guy. So, yep. Alright, we'll turn that off. So there's those guys. There's that one. And then the final one of a kind that I have right now is a quokka. That's a quokka. So he's the happiest little marsupial that the internet has to offer. So now he originally started out as a bear, and sometimes when I'm working with clay, things pop out that I don't intend, and this guy, whoop, I'm gonna throw him around. This guy decided he needed to be a quokka. So there is that. And so if I hope that this gives you a better idea of the things I do. So that's a brief introduction and a little bit of a close-up of what I do. If you have any questions or, want a custom order, feel free to drop a comment, or you can find me on Instagram. I respond pretty quickly to messages there, and that's at Angie Designs. And there should be a link in the About page. If not, again, just drop a message and I can drop it in. I'll put it in the description of the video. That's what I'll do. So, again, thanks for watching, and I hope to do some more of these. If you would like sculpting videos or something like that, or maybe a history behind different things, feel free to, I don't know, just send me a message and I'll see what the next video holds. Have a great night.